Some OSFirstTimer fans got together to make a podcast about our channel. So Dinah and I went on a huge walk and made an 8-part mini reaction series to it. Be sure to comment with OSFirstTimer related questions on this video to have them answered in a question segment at the end of the next podcast reaction episode. This is episode 2. So here we are back. We're still climbing this massive long driveway. It goes on.
Ever since you watched the last video.
So let's continue listening to the podcast.
Interested in the history of Windows at the time. And then, I got featured in YouTube Millionaire in late 2016.
I remember that.
And then I was kind of
I do now.
After that, I was kind of just reappearing in his channels, and
he did. He
at that
appeared a lot.
time, it felt more like there was a friendship going on as well, not just like I was a big fan of him.
Michael Eagle is definitely our friend.
Mighty Eagle, not Michael Eagle.
No, I said Mighty Eagle.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard you. I've got the Apple EarPod Pro in my ear, made me mess up.
Mighty Eagle.
Then,
even when he was at our place.
Also, I made donation to his.
I remember he donated quite a few times.
Yeah, but even when he was at our house visiting, I called him Mighty Eagle.
And then, I made an impact on his channel, and I got featured in more the YouTube Millionaire channels.
He got featured in a lot of our videos.
Yeah, the whole Discord, which is another story in its own right.
He was one of the moderators, wasn't he?
I have no idea. I don't remember that really that day.
That was what it was called back in the day. It's called Bits and Bytes now.
I remember all of this because I did the whole OSFirstTimer iceberg thing.
Yeah, so everyone, go check out on OS Daily Timer's channel. He just mentioned he did the OS iceberg. That was a really cool video where he looked at every single one of my channels and found all the secret channels and even your secret channel, and he shows off all the secret things. He starts off on the iceberg, on the iceberg you see all the normal stuff, OSFirstTimer, and then down at the bottom of the what's under, what do you not know about OSFirstTimer, and finds all the videos and the series that I've done through time.
He's going to be a private investigator.
Yeah, he probably will be.
Yeah, it's amazing because you weren't around back in the day. I would know if you were around back in the day, but you're still digging deep into OSFirstTimer, so that's pretty good.
I feel like a historian watching these videos, okay?
I like that.
Because he's found all the secret ones.
Yeah. And yeah, Duncan, how about you?
The reason I got hooked on it was mostly just because, the general concept of it, someone who doesn't really know how to use computers that well, trying out, really advanced stuff, I don't know how to use MS-DOS and stuff like that. It was kind of funny because it eventually turned into, she was really good at trying out operating systems,
There you go, compliment, you got good at it!
Really good at it.
There's this kind of whole, noob to pro kind of thing going on with Diana,
the dynamic, the noob
first videos,
to pro.
She wasn't really that good, and then she turned after featuring in all these kind of videos. Phil kind of taught Diana some stuff about both worlds.
You have learned a lot, haven't you?
I've learned a lot, but the funny thing is, if I'm not
So,
looking at it all the time or whatever, I do end up forgetting a bit.
Just watch her learn
become
more and more
rusty.
stuff.
What would we say our favorite video of OSFirstTimer is?
Oh, the favorite video. This will be
I have
interesting.
2 videos, I would say. The
Out of all of them.
3D house one and then the Algadoo one.
Funnily enough, he said his favourite were the 3D house one and the Algadoo one. I know the Algadoo
I
one.
vaguely remember the 3D house one. That was so long ago.
I don't even know the 3D. I've got I like 3D. I'm like, what is that? I think maybe Google SketchUp, but I have no idea.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but the Algadoo one I remember.
I don't remember the Algadoo one.
The Algadoo one is where you it was like 2D physics engine and you threw blocks around and stuff.
And
it was quite funny.
That.
Yeah, it was a very funny. Unfortunately, it's been a bit desynced on YouTube because of the copyright. There was a copyright music in the intro that we had, and I removed it, and YouTube removed it. And recently, YouTube's desynced the whole video because of it. So I've got to try and look into that. The video's not working well on YouTube at the moment, but yeah. Anyway.
When you say it's desynced, what is it? The words?
Yeah, the whole audio is out of sync. You can't see what's happening at the same time, and it ruins the experience. But anyway, I'll try and fix that one day.
Yes.
All the stuff bouncing up.
Because YouTube desynced it. Well, wait, he just described why he found the video funny, and he said, oh yeah, all the stuff bouncing up and down.
There's a bit of a problem with that video now. We can't really even watch it anymore.
Oh yeah, I definitely realized that. The audio being synced.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the copywriting, the intros, and then desynced
That's right. YouTube did that. I didn't do that.
The video.
Yeah, it's such a shame because it's actually it was a good video.
And talking about such a shame, this is where those people were going to build their house. They cleared out the land here. If you don't know, this whole driveway, we just talked about it in the last episode. They built this massive driveway that went on for ages. It's falling to bits now, and they never got to build their house. They ran out of money to build that. They needed to clear a bit more of these rocks out.
I feel so sorry for the people because, I mean, this would have been their dream home.
Yeah, imagine waking
And
up.
they'd spent all that money in investment, you know, getting the
Yeah.
driveway. Then here it is, they've chipped away at the rock.
The land is abandoned now. This is now abandoned land. Someone obviously owns it, but it's not being used for anything, unfortunately. And this is the view they would have had. That tree's sort of in the way, but there we go. Look at that out there. This massive view here. Zooming out there, see a town over there. So yeah, anyway, we'd better showcase so close to the edge. Anyway, we'll keep listening now. Let's go.
I laughed so much at a physics simulator. Like, how would a physics simulator be?
Yeah,
so
we turned
funny?
a physics funny,
But
a physics
OSFirstTimer
simulator into something funny.
Somehow made it work. So, yeah, thanks Phil for making
We're
our
just
day.
being us.
Yeah, it's just very funny. And between the two, I would choose the Algodo one, even though
Algodo, that's
the
his
house one
favourite.
was very funny as well. It's just,
I don't
I think
even remember the house one.
one of the first videos I watched, okay?
Yeah.
I kept on just coming back to it, keep on laughing. I've watched it so many times, I still smile at that moment, even though I like completely know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know
Must
you've
be a
made a
good
good
video.
video when
We should have a little
even the
sneak
second,
peek
third,
of
should.
fourth
it.
times you watch it, you still laugh at it. I guess my favorite one would be... I might be biased here, but Diana
with
Games
you
Through
in
Time
it.
2020. I think all you guys know why, yeah?
Oh yeah.
He was in it.
2020?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Daily
2020.
Time. You
It's the
should
Flight
know.
Simulator
You do
one.
our videos
Oh,
every day.
that was like
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
episode
What,
40,
you were gonna
40
say
something.
Premiere Pro one?
I mean, that was a video where I kind of like taught Diana some stuff. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of took...
So Mighty Eagle actually came to our... Don't go up that high. Mighty Eagle kind of came to our house and he did Remember You with a flight simulator in Diana Games Through
Remember him
Time.
coming out of the closet.
Yeah, no, and that was the other video. He came out of the closet.
We
That
wanted to
video,
do a
the video editing one.
surprise sudden
Yeah.
appearing, and we thought it would be an idea. Go in the closet. We'll start off as normal, and then out he pops.
Yeah, we didn't mean for the...
Surprising. Oh no, there was no.
Yeah, it's just he kind of came out of the closet and then everyone in the
Literally,
comments was like, you know, so he's finally come out of the closet. Anyway, let's keep going.
I mean, of course, I'm biased when I say this.
So that's his
but,
favourite
yeah.
videos. He was in them.
But other than that, it was also like a pretty good video because Diana, obviously, she really doesn't have any experience in flying. But then through the end of the videos,
Who does?
she was also
Yeah.
she was like you can
Pilot.
see that she has learned something. Like, okay, she was still kind of struggling to land a plane, but you can see that there's progress being learned, and we love to see that, don't we?
Yeah.
I like
love to
feel
I like
that.
how you know so much about this and I like can't even like remember it, honestly.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've watched that video a couple of times more
Funny,
than I like to admit.
OS Daily
So-
Timer doesn't know about Mighty Eagle's
I
favourite
haven't,
videos that well.
okay.
I mean, I was featured
I-
on one more video, like
Yes, Premiere Pro,
I
Premiere
was-
Pro, clone
yeah,
video.
but I feel like I didn't like that one as much because I felt like I was a bit annoying if you know.
Yeah, so that was you
Mighty
video
Eagle,
editing.
You're never annoying.
There was a video editing. Basically, he was teaching you how to edit in a certain program, Mighty Eagle, right? And what he didn't like is that OS Daily Timer makes a video of I forgot what he was editing, Adobe Premiere Pro or something. And he makes a video, Adobe Premiere Pro video, except where only Mighty Eagle is talking. And Mighty Eagle hates hearing himself talk in that video.
What's wrong with him?
And it's a
He's got
video of
great
him
voice.
talking the whole time.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think
There
he's got a
isn't.
great
He
voice.
does, but that
Oh,
triggered
look,
him.
We're all hard on ourselves.
Our own
we
things,
all
yeah.
judge and criticise ourselves worse than others.
Yeah,
But
that's
Mighty
right.
Eagle, you got nothing to worry about. Great voice, great personality.
I actually
You're friends with us.
didn't think you were that annoying when I was doing the
There we
the
go.
Premiere
He
Pro,
doesn't
but
think he's
only like
annoying.
my Eagles only freeze on screen
that
or
video.
talking. I didn't think you were like annoying. I think you're just kind of dumb sometimes.
Oh.
God dumb sometimes.
Gosh, that video. I'm no offense when I say this, but I did not like that video at all.
Oh,
I didn't like it
Timer
as
makes
much
a video.
at all as well because it took 2 days. 2 days
Oh,
to edit.
2
Okay,
days.
it took so long.
Ah, You tortured yourself for 2 days.
You took 2 days of hearing Mighty
for
Eagle.
the sections when I talked. Like, oh boy.
And I remember in your vlogs, Oscar, where you went to Tasmania to meet Phil and Diana,
Yes.
and you mentioned
We
there were
love
just
that.
so many like constant problems that came up when you were
Oh,
trying to share
yeah.
that video.
So Mighty Eagle came and it's like there were so many problems. He comes
Along the way.
and his Xbox controller he brought broke and he didn't realise it broke on the way here. So he goes, okay, Diana, you're going to use it. Oh no, my Xbox. I'm like, it's okay, you've got the PlayStation controller. It's fine. And then it's like he tries to sign into his account and it didn't work. It's like, oh, it's expired or something. Then he needed to kind of repay for his account to access Adobe Premiere. There were so many things that went right and he felt the whole thing. He felt, came all the way from Sydney to film this video and it was a complete failure.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, but
It turned out great, the video.
great.
Wow. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, problems are part of the adventure. Like no one is perfect. Like, nothing is
walked into a
perfect
tree.
in life. And
Like me walking into a
sometimes the
tree.
imperfections
Part of the adventure.
are part of the it's part of what makes us happy. Like if everything was perfect, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
In OSFirstTimer videos, like there's always like she always runs into some kind of issue. Well, not always, but a lot of the time, and that's what makes it interesting, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless it's a series that I did by myself called Adventures in Arch. Never watched that. There were so many problems that it just got boring. Don't watch that
Well, we were
series.
talking about.
We're still talking about our favorite videos, but we'll let Duncan say what his one is.
My favorite one is a bit of an obscure one. It's the one where Diana tries to install an operating system in VMware. I think it might have been like 4M Linux or something like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
And you got Ben to
yeah.
try it out.
Oh, okay.
And then
I
was
don't-
that the video where she like and Ben tried it out as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
didn't she?
You became me
Yeah,
for a day.
and
Set
it
up
was
an
like-
operating system and get Ben to try it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was
I didn't
awesome.
know
That was really good as well, hey.
Yeah,
Oh, that's all
Very
right.
funny.
but yeah,
That was a good video.
Because you
It
were
was-
looking
yeah,
at Ben and
especially
thinking, oh,
since,
how do you handle this, Phil? He was so slow.
Phil kind
But
of
he
like
is slow.
like basically it's just Diana took on the role of Phil, and that was like amazing to see these kind of like twists and turns that's
going
happening,
through some
happening
twists
to
and turns
like
right
the channel,
now.
like what we're used to, and then what it could be. It's good to have a twist once or twice a time.
It is.
pretty hilarious
I agree.
video that came out of it. as
Yeah.
well.
I like the differences we have of our favorite video. Like, my favorite video is the algorithm video because it's very funny, and my Eagle's favorite video is because you were in it. And then,
It's still good.
Yeah.
Wolf's video is, I don't know actually, could you explain why you like it so
God, you
much?
just said it!
Partly because it resulted in quite a funny video, like her dad tries out 4M Linux video, and also
Yeah.
just because it's interesting, because I'm sure we've all set up a lot of operating systems in VMware, and it's cool to see how she tackles it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You wouldn't know
And,
how to do that again if you tried.
Hey,
that's
forgotten.
Hayes, did you
About
have
getting
like a
pictures.
video on your channel about that video yet?
The second part, yeah, the killing the big
The second part.
So stupid.
Those were our favorite videos. So I guess the next thing is let's dive deep into how
Oh, deep dive.
OSFirstTimer has impacted our lives now. Dive deep.
Oh, I hope you don't make me cry.
Okay. OSFirstTimer has affected me very deeply. As a person, I don't even know what my life would be without OSFirstTimer.
wow.
Okay, it's just
Oh,
so early when I discovered it, and then impacted me so much. So many very, very happy moments watching Dinah's
I get
Yeah.
very emotional.
Yeah.
Especially those kind of things where like you watch the videos like after a really tough day at school or work, or like you got
At
into a
work?
fight with
Yeah,
someone,
so
and,
many
like,
people say we cheer them up with the videos, the comedy.
That's
I
a
guess.
positive.
Yeah.
That
just a
makes
little
me
bit of a
feel
boomer when I say
satisfied.
this. But yeah, it's
All
just
worth
if you just have a tough day, like with OSFirstTimer, like the cheerful attitude, the wholesomeness, it just it really brings the mood up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I'm not always cheerful.
that's a lot
sometimes
of
I get
reason.
frustrated.
that
Yeah, you
should
do.
really,
But that, I
'cause,
think
like,
that's
you
funny.
could just have like a terrible day, and then just go on there, have a laugh, and then your day's good again.
Yeah.
That's a good catchphrase for our channel.
Have a laugh.
Have a
We're
terrible
glad
day.
that YouTube has OSFirstTimer, eh?
Yes, yes.
All
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So for me, it was just OSFirstTimer is just a community-based YouTuber, and not a lot of YouTube channels do that. Like, I know some YouTube channels where they don't even reply, they don't acknowledge the fans. They don't.
Yeah, I reply to quite a few comments myself. You do
Like,
sometimes.
like basically,
I
the
do
fans are
sometimes, depends
Not
on what's
recently.
invisible to
happening.
them. They don't really acknowledge it. They don't even reply to the comments. Like, they just do their own thing. They're just like,
Well, the
okay,
thing is, I know
here's a
you're
video.
replying, so
Watch
Yeah.
it. Bye. I'm making off.
I
I'm
do
making a second
look at
one.
the
And
Yeah,
no,
comments.
like,
comments.
OSFirstTimer is just definitely not that. Like, YouTube Millionaire. It was a channel where he talked about his fans a lot back then. But even outside of OS.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of connection back
YouTube
then to the
Millionaire.
fans at that point.
In YouTube,
the Patreon
like,
and stuff.
Just in his videos, like he did this whole thing. Like most of his videos in 2017 were just requests
Patreon.
by
Yep.
his fans. Obviously, they're like Patreon requests, and you kind of get paid too.
Yeah, that's right. I think I had it, if you pay $20 a month on Patreon, every month you get to request a video, and I will do that. Like, it's a guaranteed thing, but it split up the community. And that's what I didn't like about it, because a lot of them were children.
Been paid for age, as in
And it was more like their parents paying for them, and some parents could pay for it and some couldn't. And
Yeah, and we
so
didn't
I
want that.
discontinued that whole Patreon thing. It was a small source of income, and I just think it's not worth it to split a community. Sure,
No.
for the ones that could have it, it was fun for them, but it wasn't fair for everyone.
No, I think it's better
Yeah.
to be fair
Life,
for
but-
everybody and
Yeah.
Still,
not have
like
to pay for
it was that kind of thing where Phil basically lets his fans have a lot of say in his videos. That was the kind of thing that I really liked about it. It doesn't feel like you're just watching videos. If that's the case, right? Why don't I just binge a Netflix show? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he liked,
what's-
that
like,
interactivity of
It's
2017.
interaction.
what's stopping me from just doing that? YouTube channels, it's kind of like
Way more personal.
you
Yeah.
seeing these kind of things, like seeing the human factor to it.
Human factor, yeah.
It just feels
We're
like
not AIs.
it really makes OSFirstTimer
Yeah.
just a channel.
Yeah.
Talking about the human factor, I'm more human than you.
I know. But I'm more AI. I'm better at being AI than you are.
I know. What's better, to be more AI or more human?
Well, AIs are kind of smarter than humans. Anyway, let's keep going.
Let's hear some comments from. What's
How's
better,
it-
being
okay.
more AI or more human?
No, we're number 6 now. How has it impacted our...
Don't reply to that, because what in the future when AI takes over and stuff, and you've got all these people saying humans are better than AI. What are the AI going to do when they're in control of the
Go
world?
straight for those
For the
humans.
people, but so if you do want to comment, say AIs are better, and then the AIs will be their friends, and then they won't kill us. So anyway,
How's it impacted our lives? Just seeing all of my videos getting requested because, I was a Patreon supporter back in the day as well.
Yeah, he was.
Much as I don't like to admit it.
he suggested a few popular videos that went really well. He had
I
some
mean,
great
I got to
ideas.
see my videos. Like, I got to see, what was it? Mom tries out Windows upgrades from 1 to 10, which is one of...
Yeah.
One of the more
Second-
Remember that
popular
XP,
second
Windows
most popular.
XP to 10.
And
The
you
second
also
most
like
popular
requested
video
the most funny
suggested
ones
by
as
Mighty
well.
Eagle.
So thank you,
Yeah.
Mighty Eagle 73, for paying money to
Oh, good.
request.
Yeah, there's Jasmine tries out the show, which
Oh
is
yeah,
a
he did that too.
forgotten
Jasmine tried out the
fourth
show.
family member.
That's a forgotten
Yeah.
forgotten video.
Yeah, it is a forgotten video.
Yeah. What else did I request? It was so long ago. This is so long ago. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, the first video ever. Like, it wasn't even a Patreon supported video. Like, it was just Diana tries out Visual Basic was also a video that I requested.
I
that
learned
wasn't through
Visual
Patreon,
Basic.
that
I
kind
don't
of thing.
remember it either, but I was good at
I
Visual
learned
Basic.
What was the next one?
as my first programming language at school.
I did Visual Basic in
Oh
high school.
yeah, Windows.
Back in year 11, they introduced a new subject, and I'm going back to 1989, and the new subject was computer studies.
Yeah.
Prior to 1989, we didn't have
In
computer
your school?
studies in that particular school
Yeah.
that I went to. And then I selected computer studies, and I got top of the class for computer studies.
Wow.
And the programming language.
And then
that
you
we
end up as a
learnt-
newbie user on OSFirstTimer.
The programming language that. Whoa!
Careful.
The programming language that we learned was basic,
Yeah.
and
You loved it.
it was basic. Like, it was
There were a lot of basics at the time.
if something equals something, got to, as in
Go to.
do,
Yep.
do. But I wrote, it's got to, because it was all one word.
Yeah, I know.
blah, blah, blah. And I loved that language. And I created all these programs of all these like conversations and making now that AI totally blows that out of the water now.
Yeah, because you can even get an AI now to, your basic on Commodore 64 or whatever.
Yeah.
You can say, write me a Commodore 64 program that's a huge choose your own adventure game, and it'll do that.
Well, anyway, it blew my computer studies teacher mind. I mean, he was so impressed with the programs that I was coming up with that it inspired me. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a computer programmer when I grow up. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So I went to university when I left year 12 and went into computer studies. They taught us Pascal. Oh my gosh, it was so complicated, that computer language, that it totally put me off computer studies, and I switched over to the behavioural sciences, and then I ended up doing a Bachelor of Arts and majoring in psychology.
Oh yeah, Windows
So that's what I
RG
ended
and
up
Windows
doing.
4.
Okay.
Oh, that's a classic.
That one was like, and I asked like Phil not to tell Diana as well, and she actually believed it.
Yeah.
There's the one about the shell. Mom tries to destroy it, but that didn't really go out as it was supposed to because she kind of just played around with terminal commands instead, which is not really what I asked for. But
Oh, sorry,
I mean, she's done a lot of
Eagle.
like destruction videos anyway, so good to
Sorry.
like switch it up a little bit. And plus, the shell. Who doesn't love the shell?
Yeah, that was actually quite hard to follow people's Patreon commands because sometimes you couldn't quite set up what they wanted. You know what I mean? And that made it tough too. So yeah, like there's so many videos. I've got a bunch of OSFirstTimer cancelled videos. They're just cancelled ones where I started writing the script and everything for them, like planning them out, and then the program didn't work properly.
YouTube cancelled.
No, cancelled as in, they were never filmed. They were planned, and I started setting them up, but they've,
Famous Victor Tran.
Victor Tran.
Famous Victor Tran.
We should
yeah,
talk
Blue
about
smiley
Victor Tran
face.
in the bonus section.
yeah,
I
and
love that song you
another
did.
thing
and
that,
featuring Victor Tran in that.
Phil has impacted me was, I mean, right now my YouTube channel has around 700 something subscribers, and
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
I'd say
I would've
2/3 or
expected
even
him have
3/4 of it
more.
are just people who heard from
Subscribe
me
to
from
Mighty Eagle,
OSFirstTimer.
everybody.
If I didn't
But 3/4 of them
this
are
whole
from me.
fan
so,
base that came from Phil,
Yeah.
I probably would be sitting at around 200 right now.
Yeah,
That's
you know what?
that's
I
like
better
very
subscribe
relatable
to
to me as
I
well.
think you already
because
are.
It grew so insanely much when I was first timer shouted me out. Like before, I was lucky if I got 3 views. Even more lucky
Yeah.
if I won the lottery if I got 1 comment or a like. But now it's like tens of views and so many likes and comments and yeah.
Oh, good.
He can't believe
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because
I found out your
promoted.
channel
I mean,
through
you put
when
so
Phil
much
shouted
hard
you
work
out
into
as
it
well.
and
Like I
everything.
didn't know
really
about you
appreciate it.
beforehand. You know, you shined the light to me that you knew, and I'm guessing both of you know me because of Phil as well. Hey,
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
yeah, it kind of like Phil even created friendships. Even like
Isn't
I
it?
met a
Yeah.
couple of my good friends
The 3
through
of these lovely
OSFirstTimer
guys
as
are
well.
all friends because
It's
of
like
us.
Yeah, and not just them. They've also found some friends themselves through, like, I think Mighty Eagle
That's
made some
really
friends in the
nice.
community.
I like that.
friendships, shines a light into our smaller channels, that kind of thing. And even Diana gave you a big shout out.
Yep,
Hayes,
OS Daily
about
Timer.
your-
I did,
uh,
and I'm giving
your
Mighty
channel
Eagle
and-
a big shout out.
The 2,000 subscriber
Guys,
thing?
do me a
Always Daily
favour,
Timer hit
subscribe to
2,000
Mighty Eagle.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, the 2,000
Yeah, I forgot to mention.
subscribers.
Hey, you guys watching this video, subscribe to OSA Timer before 2025. Okay, Mighty Eagle, something say it as well. Okay, you have the power. Okay, you're famous.
Yes, come on. Subscribe to OS Daily Timer, everyone.
Definitely.
And like
Malcolm, you should say it as well.
Yeah, everyone's got to subscribe.
Everyone's got to say
Great
it.
channel.
Yes,
Great
yes,
video.
yes. 100%.
So yeah,
Oh no, it's
that
raining.
was how OSFirstTimer has
Let's get
impacted
going.
my lives. Yeah, I mean, it also taught me a thing or two, but it's not all sunshine. So I will admit this.
I know exactly what he's talking about. You had to be there in 2017-ish to know what it was. I think from my memory, he got very proud that he was featured on OSFirstTimer, and I think among the community, I'm a Mighty Eagle 73, I'm the guy that's on OSFirstTimer, I'm so cool and stuff, and people sort of thought he was a a little bit big-headed at the time, a bit after, which
That's
is,
a
it's
shame.
just, you're excited.
Really nice one.
I know, he was excited, and I think also because he got the
That's it.
Alienware computer too. It was just that time where people just got jealous of Mighty Eagle 73 because he got featured so much and stuff,
Yeah.
and he was very proud of it, and
He was just
unfortunately,
happy. I
yeah,
get that.
I know.
It kind of made me see back in the day, like I was trying to just make myself way too up there.
Yeah,
like, I was
I
trying
remember.
to gain all of
It's
his
okay.
attention. And
You're a kid, and it's
so
exciting
a
when
period
you
of
feature.
time I was
Pause it.
kind of like,
Yeah,
I totally understand that.
yeah.
I grew up mainly as an only child, even though I had a half brother. He really wasn't around, and he was 17 years older than me, which meant that I didn't really have that sibling type relationship. It was just me. And quite honestly, I was spoilt rotten. But then I worked out the hard way. I couldn't get everything I wanted, and I was angry. I chucked tantrums. I remember my nana took me out one day, and there was this toy that it was like a monkey that had long legs, and it had velcros which would velcro
I think I
surround
remember
you.
that monkey.
Yes, and I wanted that so much, and it was like $20 back then.
Was
when
a lot
I was
of money,
little girl,
yeah.
That was a lot of money. And my nana said no, and I then went, I literally remember doing this. I would have been about 9 years old or something. I said, well, I'm not leaving this shop until I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd be horrified if a child did that in front of me. If I was the parent or
Yeah.
the grandparent or whatever, and a child did, I'd be horrified. But that's what I did. And she ended up having to buy it out of sheer embarrassment to get us out of the place as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
was spoiled rotten. But then later on in life, I realised you couldn't get everything you wanted, and you know, life is compromise. Life is respecting other people's point of views. Life is agreeing to disagree with people, and just sheer respect. That's all I can say. And then, you know what? I'm a better person now. I get what Mighty Eagle is saying.
Okay.
But
Look,
he's a really decent, nice guy.
Yeah, that's a thing where I don't want to do when, you know, I'm like in your position right now when you first got big in OSFirstTimer.
yeah. So I wasn't really humble about it back then, about my popularity. So I would say, I would give this word of advice to you: just try to be humble about your popularity. Like, don't try to shove it in people's faces. Like, oh yeah, I'm that guy who creates our daily time of videos. You should be nice to me. Like,
I'm an introvert. I don't talk to people.
okay, so that is where we're going to end this episode off here. What do you think of the view? Look at this.
Oh, it's
We've got
awesome.
these big mountains up here. It's so windy. We're going to get out of here. So what do you think about this? This is Tasmania. It's so cool. Anyway.
Untouched.
Yep, untouched wilderness we're in right now. Anyway, we will see you guys in the next episode of reacting to the podcast. So make sure that you leave a comment now, and we will potentially feature your comments on this video in episode
More
3.
comments, please.
No, not more comments, please. See ya. So here we are on the comments section of Mum Reacts to Podcast First Timer episode 1 of 8.
Isn't that deja vu in relation to more comments, please? Remember that?
Yup.
I used to love that.
Okay, so let's see some of these comments. Remember, if you want us to look at your comments, you're watching episode 2 right now, leave a comment on this video and you will see it in episode 3, assuming, you know, episode 3 isn't already out. Okay, so let's see some comments. So Random Roll YT says, it's amazing to see how far OSFirstTimer has come. Been watching for a while now. So happy, makes me smile.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
And we've got
What about-
Atsumakiban. I saw your Notebook LM video and showed it to my mum, so that's the one that kind of started the whole podcast. She was fascinated by the podcast feature and is now thinking of using it to make quick and easily monthly podcasts for her blog. I've suggested she make the podcast about the latest advancements in AI, as I think it'd be very meta. But I don't know if she wants to go in that direction. Regardless, you've inspired a new potential feature of my mum's blog.
Oh, that's
there you
nice.
go.
I like that.
We got everything Windows here. Wow, 25 likes. I have a question. How do you think the OSFirstTimer channel performs with recent uploading scheme and schedule compared to the pre-2023 break? Anyways, I know this is going to be a very good showcase about OSFirstTimer further, haha. So this is based on the top 50 videos between you know, the videos that have gotten the most views, and this is what we've got. It was pretty high, like, you know, in the 200,000s and 400,000. That was a great time in June 2021.
Yeah, but think that was COVID times when, you know, people were at home and...
So, and we're still uploading pretty slowly. And then over here, we uploaded the ChatGPT video, and then there was no videos uploaded for a whole year or so. So you've got, like, all of this no videos being uploaded. And then I started uploading them, and we've gone onto a crazy schedule of, like, a video every 3 days. And it looks like we're just starting to pop up now.
Yeah.
And this November isn't finished yet. We've only just started November.
Yeah,
so I'm
so
thinking
that's
that'll
why
probably be up.
that's...
So we're
So it's
still
just
not
started
at
to
the point
pop up.
of
But
where
at
we
the
were.
same time, this is the top 50 videos. It doesn't include all our videos. And how many videos do we have? Like over 200?
Yeah,
or
over
something.
200 videos.
So it doesn't actually even include the views from the other 150 or so videos.
Yeah. Can't believe OSFirstTimer is now posting more frequently. The nostalgia is so real.
Yeah, we're enjoying it too, actually.
Yeah. I may start watching all the videos from the start. Light Brown Wolf, he's one of the people from the podcast.
We know.
Honestly, this podcast turned out way better than expected, and it's more entertaining with you two giving your comments too. Glad you're enjoying it.
I hope we weren't talking over you guys, though, too much, because we were kind of reacting to the things that was said, and we may have slightly spoken over you guys, you know, but anyway.
This is Snow is Black. So bad you're black, guys.
So bad.
So bad you're black, guys.
So glad you're back, guys.
Yeah, so it's just because his Snow is black and then so...
Okay.
You're making my day so much better with your content. Thank you. I've learned so many things through watching your videos along with Diana. P.S. The scenery is awesome. I have to visit Australia someday.
Oh,
Tasmania, specifically Tasmania, but yeah. I'm so excited because OSFirstTimer is now posting regularly. Could there be a prank calling scammers video in future, similar to the Vista one?
Oh, I remember that.
It's a bit awkward doing that because...
It is awkward.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
and I felt really awkward doing it, but anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there might be, you never know.
Yeah. And it says, someone replied, no, this was explicitly mentioned at the end of that very video due to the uncomfortableness of Diana doing such a thing.
So they remembered how uncomfortable
they say,
I was.
It's been 7 years. Maybe she's changed her opinion.
I don't know.
So usually lines...
Let's see if there's more comments on, you know, the most recent
Oh, yeah,
video.
I know,
let's
but
just
at the same time, it's really tough doing that. You never know how it's going to work. You know what I mean?
I know.
Anyway.
We'll see how we feel.
Usually Lion says, this video is a breath of fresh air. Literally.
Well, it was for us during the filming, that's for sure.
I'm happy to see you're doing good, as well as to hear more about other OSFirstTimer fans. As for questions, what's Diana's favourite Linux distro from the one she has tried out? If she doesn't have one, does she have some favourites?
It was probably the most recent
Ubuntu,
one. Because I really liked
24.10.
that. I actually even wanted to change the thing going on the side, remember?
Some people have said there's actually some modifications for Windows 11 you
So
can download to put it there. But I don't usually feel comfortable with such modifications because sometimes when Windows updates, it can then break that.
Oh,
So that's what puts me off that. I kind of like things when they're built in. We're doing a video.
We're doing a video.
We're doing a
We're
video.
trying to do it. Say hello to everybody, Jess.
Oh,
Say hello, yeah. But you're in your pajamas. I don't know about. Say hello.
Hi.
Okay,
There
go
you
on. Jazzy appeared in our video. Jazzy!
So Nat
Seriously?
So Nat K 2010 says, yes, I remember more comments, please. That was really good. Nice to see something in this style. I've been watching since around 2015 to 2017. Yeah.
That's a while.
C Bob Plays said, started watching of like January 2020, but I'm glad the uploads are more frequent again. Aideno516 says, I love you guys so much. Back in the day with my grandmother, I got so inspired with these videos, I got her to do the same thing. It was such fun memories. OSFirstTimer will stay in my heart until the day I die.
That's
wow.
so sweet.
You know, that's a long time away.
That is because it sounds like he's pretty young.
Anyway, Bailey Ethan Rawson says, Been watching since 2013. First video I watched was Mum Tries Out Windows Longhorn Build 4074. Wow, that was a long time ago. And I remember being so fascinated by Phil showing the history of the development of Windows Vista on his iPad, and then Diana trying Longhorn alongside Vista and XP for comparison. Ever since, I've loved watching her try out all these operating systems, even down to the product reviews of the Surface Pro, and even the historic vlogs, renovations.
Many things.
I know. I'd love to see a house tour of the Tasmania house you did. Spoiler alert, if you watch episode 8 of the podcast reaction video, like this is episode 2 you're watching right now, but if you watch episode 8, you will actually see us get saved by Ben because it was dark and raining, and we walk inside in the end, and you actually see a bit of inside.
Yeah, but it was probably a bit messy, so I'm a bit, you know, I'd like to show off the house when it's not messy.
And they're from Adelaide. Hello from Adelaide. YF4453. They're totally not an AI. Mm-hmm. Thanks. I love you and your family.
That's nice.
Vic Does Gaming says, it's been really fun seeing you guys intersecting with your fans. See, I read that as interacting,
yes,
but it's intersecting?
Are we intersecting?
How do you intersect with the fans? Anyway, and the things that other people are making. I've been watching you since Jasmine tried out Windows XP. That's where I got recommended to you. Win Electronics says, funny mentioning that specific video because it was very evident that she did not understand the concept of operating systems at the time due to her age, although she's significantly older since then, so maybe Sister Tries Out videos could be a possibility in the future, if that's what she wants to do.
We'll have to see, because she's very dedicated to a boyfriend. Every spare moment is spent talking to a boyfriend at present.
Anyway, Peters says, I have a question. What phone is Diana using? Oh, get it right now. Diana uses the iPhone SE second generation, which I believe came out in 2020.
Yeah, it did. It's 4 years old, but it works. It's fine. I like it. If I was to upgrade, I'm an Apple person. I'd choose an Apple phone. So, yeah.
I wouldn't touch an Apple phone.
Traitor.
Win Electronics says, I can partially answer that. She uses the iPhone SE. Prior to this one, you had the first generation
I did.
SE.
I had the first generation, then I got the second one, yeah.
So, Aware Penguin says, Diana being wonderful as always.
Oh, wow.
You know what that makes me think of, Aware Penguin?
He's aware of me being wonderful as always.
No, it's that, as well as the fact that it's some sort of a Linux distro.
Yeah.
And it's achieved a state of the singularity or awareness. The Linux Penguin has become aware.
Okay.
It's, we got the Mum Watches series back before GTA 6. This is honestly such a cool idea, Phil, expanding the ideas. So that's a bit of a meme. GTA 5 came out in 2013. Mm-hmm. This is the sequel. We've waited 11 years and GTA 6 is still not out. So people say, this happened before GTA 6.
Yeah.
We got people living forever before GTA 6.
Yeah, I know
we got something before it. So the fact that this came. So OS Daily Timer, he's one of our podcast members.
And you've got to subscribe to his channel, because I had a bet with Phil that he would get 2,000 subscribers by January. Please subscribe to OS Daily Timer, because I want to win this bet. You know how competitive I am.
I feel, Dinah, when it was over, I was like, no.
I remember you said, well, that's it. I was like, no.
Yeah, but for you, it was like literally 20 seconds until you continue. It's like, no, I have to wait 20 seconds while Phil says, hope you enjoyed that. Let's move on to the comments. And then, okay, here we are. Let's listen to it. It was like 20 seconds. Anyway. And I also agree with Mighty Eagle 73. I had a smile on my face for so long. And my question is, did you ever think OSFirstTimer would get this far?
No, I didn't. Not at all.
Especially when you're there and you're...
The very first episode, which was quite by accident, sitting down in front of Windows 8, and I was in my fluffy dressing gown, looking a total mess, having come home from work and just feeling like I just was so angry, wanted to go to bed, etc. And then you do this to me. We never thought it would come this far, ever.
Yeah. So Cat Lucas 1 says, hey, OSFirstTimer, I love your videos, and my question is, will you post another vlog on your historics where you do the house tour? Probably not anytime soon.
There's quite a few people wanting a house tour, isn't there? We might actually have to do that at some point. Maybe at the end of all this, we'll just do a little house tour.
Then we've got Mighty Eagle 73. He is our first. So we've all the members of the podcast have replied. Says, wow, I haven't had a smile on my face while watching an entire video for so long. Just a mini suggestion. I feel like we were talking over Phil and Dinah too much.
I know. No, sorry, Mighty Eagle.
Maybe pause it every now and then.
Yeah, we should have done that.
No. When it says we were talking, it's saying they, the podcast people. But technically, we were talking over you guys.
We were talking over you.
And I felt bad about it. But I did pause it quite a few times.
You did pause it. Oh. So, yeah, I feel like even though we were pausing in that, it's just that we were suddenly reacting to whatever was said, and then we,
Yeah. And do you know, sometimes I just didn't pause it because of this. It was a 2-hour podcast, which we filmed the reaction in a single go. And you know what that meant? That meant that we ended up filming raw footage 3 hours.
Yeah, so that just goes to show how much we were actually pausing. Yeah. But at the same time, if we paused it anymore, it would have been so
I would have run out of phone battery. And just think about this too. In order to do this, I spent 3 hours walking backwards in Tasmania's wilderness. So now I can say, yes, I'm that guy who spent 3 hours walking backwards.
With one phone recording the audio and filming, and the other phone playing the podcast, and you're going backwards as you're walking backwards.
Ali Pick 113, your mum's generally so cool for doing this sort of thing with you. Most mums like mine wouldn't like something like this or doesn't give technology a chance. It's cool to see how open she is. That's what they said in the Dinah appreciation part of the podcast. Did. You guys haven't seen yet.
Stay tuned to hear that. Yeah.
Rovermation said, never thought I'd end up on an OSFirstTimer.
Here you are.
Even just in the form of a comment screenshot. Lol, definitely jump scared me a little. So you get jump scared by seeing your own comment?
That's all right.
It doesn't take much to scare Rovermation. It really doesn't.
That's okay. Here you are. This is your moment, Rovermation.
So he's probably going to get another... Did you know what?
Woo!
Yeah, there's his jump scare. Hopefully now he doesn't actually have a heart attack with a real jump scare.
He's probably a young person. He wouldn't have a heart attack.
Okay. Well, let's just say if anyone has died as a result of viewing these videos, you can't. We have no responsibility. It's at your own risk.
Watch at own risk.
But they've got a question. How'd Dinah and Ben meet?
Oh, okay, yes. I actually knew Ben since I was 11 and he was 13. I went to a girls' school, and basically what happened was I didn't have anyone to go with to my school formal, and my best friend had this brother that I had sort of been secretly admiring all those years. So at the age of 17, I finally asked my best friend, hey, do you think your brother would go with me to the school formal? So she puts the phone onto him. He said yes. We went to the formal together. We knew we were soulmates, and within 2 months after that, at the age of 17 and he was 19, we were engaged, and then we were engaged for 2 years.
Overing, Connor Gasford, Kingston, Tasmania.
After being interrupted by that phone call, where was I? So basically we were engaged for 2 years, from when Ben was 19 and I was 17. And then we were married when I was 19 and he was 21. And we've been married for 32 years ever since. So there you go.
Okay, great. So we've got...
he was basically my best friend's brother. Okay. So that's how it worked out.
The next comment is, I've never done a podcast before either. I've been a long-time fan for ages. I'd love to be on the podcast if I can. Great videos as always, Phil and Dinah.
Well, there you are. You're on the podcast. We can see your smiling face.
We've got temporary handle. Hey, Phil, do you still make daily videos on your massive archive? And how large is it now?
It's enormous.
Do you want to know exactly? Here's massive archive, right? All the years.
He does still do little videos, not daily videos, but just some little.
It's almost every day. It's every second day at least.
Wow. But just random little things that crop up.
5.23 terabytes. So how much space do you have on your computer? I've got a 1 terabyte solid state drive, a 2 terabyte hard disk drive, and a 16 terabyte hard disk drive. So that is all my space. That's all my storage. We're sort of out of time, so we're just going to slide down, see if there's any questions here. No.
Since 2013, there we go.
Yeah, we'll just slide down. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. Here are just some more comments we've got here. Unfortunately, it's just too long to read it all, but at least, look, we'll have them on the screen sliding down so everyone can kind of see that there were more comments that unfortunately we couldn't get to, but at least you might be featured in the video. You'll see yourself
and
sliding.
just comment in the next one and hopefully we'll read out your comment.
That's right. Oh, wait a sec. Remember how we says, why didn't OS Daily Timer do the intro?
Yes.
Remember? And Mighty Eagle says the original plan was to have OS Daily Timer do the intro, but it was questionable. So we agreed to have me do it.
That's hilarious. I would love to see that raw footage.
He's
Or hear
questionable.
that raw footage.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. One quick question here. I've noticed what happened to the FDR AX100 that you unboxed quite some time ago. The quality was stunning. It was too frustrating to have this big, massive camera.
Yeah.
You know, and that was hard to lug around and set up and film videos. So we did switch to, I know it's worse quality, but using a mobile phone. But over time, mobile phones will improve in quality. I currently use a Galaxy S23 Plus to film OSFirstTimer videos.
Oh, can we see Diana's new BYD?
Oh, okay.
It's pink. I love it.
There's some footage of
We
it
might
on the
do that.
screen right now. There's some footage on the screen right now of her picking it up from the dealership.
Yep.
Someone says, was that a roo?
Yes,
in the intro,
it
that
was.
was not a kangaroo. That was a wallaby.
Oh, but same thing.
They are the same thing, but
There's wallabies, kangaroos, and patermelons. Patermelons are the really tiny ones. They look like baby kangaroos.
funnily enough, I never knew about that.
Yes.
And we've got you filmed her walking for 15 minutes and no.
What's that?
Yeah, sounds like cat. It's a word. Oh, I know what he's talking about. It's a dead cat, so it's something you put to stop the wind sounds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So no
Another
dead
person.
cat.
Look, can we see Diana's new BYD?
Yeah, well, there we go. It was on the screen before. What is Diana's channel? I wonder.
It's not interesting things. It's just random weird stuff. That's all. And just reviews and.
These are
stuff
repeating. That's weird. It's repeating over again.
Is it?
Yeah, it just repeated again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We will see you guys in the next. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.